Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Attack on Titan. Last time on Attack on Titan, we had Smile, Jessica, the Assault on Stohess Part 1, where we met up with Annie and how she's been getting along in the military police. And then, we learned that the military police sucks, but I guess we sort of should have figured that, but whatever. And then, let's see. Then Armin came over because, Eren is being led to the capital, and so the military police had to escort him. But Armin snuck over and talked to Annie because they were going to get Eren out just for a little while, just as a little form of protest. So Annie agreed to help them, and it was her, Armin, Eren, and Mikasa, and they were going to pass through a very, very dark basement. But Annie said, no, I don't like the dark. And they were like, really? Because that sounds like you're a fucking Titan. And she was like, and I was like, and they were like, so, and she was like, yeah. And then she went to bite her hand, and then they tackled her, but she had a ring in which she had a little stabby thing. I don't know, a little prick. She has a prick. And she pricked her finger, and she then turned into a Titan, because theory confirmed, Annie Leonhardt is Lean Jean. And the list that I made, saying how many weeks we didn't know, was entirely pointless, and yeah. But I'm really excited, because I think we're about to get round 2 of Buffered Sea Titan versus Lean Jean, so I'm ready for that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of Attack on Titan, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there. That will take you over to the reaction. You can watch it, hopefully have a good time, and when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this video for the discussion. So with that said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of Attack on Titan. Here we go. Oh my god! It's the motherfucking rematch! Oh my gosh. Witness the ascension of Buffered Sea Titan. Oh my god. God, this show can get me so hype. It can get me so hyped. But this entire episode, as it kept going, I was like, there's no way they're fighting this episode. They are saving it for next episode. You know they are. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a balls crazy finale. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh. The finale to Season 1 is the rematch of Buffered Sea Titan versus Lean Jean. Eren Yeager / Buffered Sea Titan versus Annie Leonhardt / Lean Jean. Oh my gosh. Oh. Now, before we continue, there's something I wanted to check. I missed, the last reason. I missed the last reason as to why it was Annie.
Likely responsible for the deaths of Hanji's test subjects.
What do we do next? She's desperate. That makes her all the more. Come on, keep her going, like Hanji said. Come on, you can do it. How was that whole equipment inspection? Annie's totally checked out. Except the gear she presented. Well, there's the fact that she looks like the female Titan. That's it.
Okay, that is what I thought. I was blabbing over the last reason that Mikasa gave, but yeah. Oh my gosh. The last reason Mikasa gave is Annie looks like the female Titan. And I was blabbing over that. I was saying, oh, she's blonde, which honestly we were saying the same thing. So hey, great minds think alike. This is why I love Mikasa. But yeah, I love it. Obviously, that's when Eren gets up, it's like, really? That's your evidence? I was like, shit, did they just mention that she's blonde and I missed it? Ugh. This is why sometimes I do wish I had subs on, but I'm not sure how I can access subs on this Blu-ray. It's all, I don't know, this Blu-ray player's a little funky, so. Oh, that'd be nice. That might be nice, though, sometime. But yeah. It's like, oh, she looks like the female Titan. And yeah, actually, it's like, that was the thing, too. It's like, there were a couple episodes ago, honestly, when they showed, like, you know, a close-up of just, like, her eyes, I was like, that kind of looks like Annie's eyes. Like, her cold, like, Android 18 eyes. Like, oh my gosh. And then, so yeah, it's like, I like that they do bring that up. And when they showed, like, when they would do in this episode, when they showed Lean Jean, and then it just fades, you know, they do the cross dissolve to Annie, it does look exactly like her, you know? It looks exactly like her, honestly. So there is that. But the only thing is, that's not... Even though, yes, Annie does look like Lean Jean, that shouldn't actually hold up, because Eren does not look like Buffered. Like they barely even have the same hairstyle, you know? So that argument doesn't fully hold up, let's just say. So, but that is funny that they do bring that up, because this entire time I've been like, and she's blonde! And how many characters in this show are blonde? And it's not Krista, and it's certainly not Armin. So, we should, I mean, I'm not sure if we have anything specific to take a drink to. We had a couple guys die, but I don't know. Maybe for the death of Eren's humanity? Which is weird, you would think he didn't have any, but it's not the same as drinking to the death of Mikas's innocence, but still. Oh my gosh. This is everything that I've wanted. And again, yes, as pretty much like 5 minutes into this episode, I'm like, there's no way they are fighting in this episode. They are saving that for next episode. Sure enough, this is like when freaking, you know, Buffered tried killing Mikasa, and then it took the entire episode before Armin, you know, got him the hell up. And it's like, it's the same thing here. Eren, you know, kind of, this time Eren doubts himself, and so he can't transform. And it's good. It's still all good, but it's like, I knew immediately, it's like, yeah, they're not fighting this episode. They're saving that for next episode. And sure enough, okay, first off, the animation in this episode was the best we've seen so far. Like, wow. This animation was insane. I loved it. So yeah, like, that was really, really great. Just when you start off, just the transformation, just seeing Annie transform into Lean Jean, I just love it, you know? Like, and also, too, because we see a full, like, you know, we start to see Lean Jean grow, which we don't see that much of. Like, the most we saw is when Eren caught that cannonball one time. That was pretty much it. And then, but to also, like, we see Annie, and then we see Lean Jean, you know, sort of growing, and then consume her, basically, you know, overtake her, and it's like, wow. Because we never see that with Buffered, you know? All we see with Buffered, and even still here, we didn't see that with Buffered, is we just see, you know, bite, lightning, and then, wow, there he is, you know? That's pretty much it. Like, we never see the full transformation into Buffered like we did with Lean Jean. So I like that. And yes, it's very, very difficult for Eren to believe that it is Annie. So it's interesting that, you know, so we did get to see Eren's reaction to learning about it, you know, which I kind of wanted. We didn't get to see Armin or Mikasa or even Commander Erwin learn it, but Eren is the most important, and I do like he just can't bring himself to believe it, you know, which we saw last episode, when, even though, yeah, Armin was also like, hey, you know, just come down, we can work this out as humans and stuff, Eren is just in such denial, you know, And it's honestly, yeah, it's very sad. Like, you almost wonder if this is going to have an effect on him in the future. Like, this is almost like a serious betrayal. You know, it's like someone he trusted, one of his friends, his classmates, even if, yeah, they didn't really, like, maybe they weren't really close friends, but they were classmates for years, you know? Like, they were cadets together for years, and suddenly, not only is she, like him, a Titan, but she does work for she does, you know, side with the Titans, and she murdered so many people, including the Levi squad, you know? Like, everyone, it's like, yeah, this is very hard for Eren to believe, you know? So, I do really like that. It does make me kind of wonder if this is going to have an effect on him in the future, because yes, you know, he was able to sort of abandon, you know, he rejects his humanity, Jojo. He had to reject his humanity in order to power up and face her. But still, like, it's just so, like, this has to be devastating for him, you know? So, that was pretty crazy. You feel so bad for him, honestly. And sure enough, this did lead to him not being able to transform. Now, the thing is, they said it's like, okay, you're in denial, that's why you won't transform. You don't want to bring yourself to admit that Annie is a monster, you know? I think something that I was thinking, I said this as much throughout the episode, but they didn't really bring it up necessarily, is the fact that I think Eren is scared, honestly. You know? Like, under all that, you know, I don't even know what to say, maybe arrogance, bravado of, you know, they'll kill them all and stuff like that. Underneath it all, you honestly have to think there has to be a scared boy in there, you know? A part of him that is scared. Now, for the most part, if that part has been, you know, if that has been a part of him, like, you know, him being scared, he channels that into his rage, and that's how he faces Titans, whether with the ODM gear or as buffered. But for Annie, it's different, because again, this is very, almost personal for him now, because not only is this such a betrayal that, you know, she is the enemy, but also the fact that she was the one that killed the Levi squad. She was the one that did it. I just noticed my camera is a little crooked. Like, not even a little crooked. It's pretty crooked. Okay. Good Lord, I hope that hasn't been bugging anyone. Anyway, but because Annie killed the entire Levi squad other than Levi himself, and she kicked his ass. Like, there's no two ways around it. She kicked his ass. Again. Because that's the thing, is in training, she kicked his ass, and here she kicked, you know, back in the forest, she kicked his ass. You know? So, the fact that even after, you know, doing all this, like, oh, I should have taken her, you know, with the Levi squad, I shouldn't have, you know, it's because of me that they're dead, and then he can't even get revenge. He gets his ass beat, you know? So, I honestly think that part of it is he's scared. He may honestly be scared of her, and he had to sort of overcome that. Now, they didn't really say that, but I think you can sort of gather that from what they were saying, you know, because the whole thing about, you know, denying that Annie is Lean Jean, that could also be part of, you know, Eren being scared. He's scared that she is Lean Jean, and he is scared of her. It's like, if he's scared, basically, he's scared to acknowledge that she is Lean Jean, and then if she is Lean Jean, he would be even more scared, you know? So that's the thing. I think there is honestly, because yes, you know, they say it's like, oh, you're in denial that Annie is this monster. I do honestly think, though, it's that he is scared of her. And this, honestly, may be the first time where his fear is sort of overtaking him. Now, he seemed to have worked through it, and we'll have to see next episode if that sort of, you know, hits him again, or maybe if this hits him in the future. I would love to see how this honestly affects Eren's character, you know? So that's the thing, you know, I honestly think he was afraid. And whereas other times, you know, there have been other times where he channels that fear into rage and uses that against the Titans, here it's so different because it's Annie and because of what she's done. Because it's someone he trusted, one of his friends, who also, if it is, and you know, to him, he's thinking, if this is all true, even though, you know, he's in denial, but that means she killed so many people, including the Levi squad that he put his trust into, and then she kicked his ass. Like, all of this, I think, plays into Eren's fear. So that was really, really great, and I'm very curious to see how everything with Annie is going to affect him in the future, you know? Okay. Okay, Treason, what the hell just happened? Like, so there's smoke. I guess they don't know that a Titan is there, per se. Commander Erwin has people get him ODM gear. For some reason, this constitutes an act of treason. I guess just because that wasn't the plan. The plan, according to, you know, as far as the MPs know, is just to escort the scouts and Eren to the capital. And so this guy sees that Commander Erwin is, you know, I guess it's because Commander Erwin is going against the plan, and, you know, he's saying that there's a Titan in Walsina, which is, they say, is not possible, but it happened. You know, they say it's not possible, so they must think he's crazy, so they're about to shoot him. Once again, if I may reiterate, the military police is the biggest bunch of idiots I've ever seen, except Annie, clearly. So, I don't know. I do love Jean, you know, when he's running by and he's looking over and the military police are doing nothing. You know, they're not doing a thing, and he's like, oh my gosh, can't believe I would have given my left nut to be one of them. It's like, what was I thinking? It's like, God, the character arc on Jean, I just love it, honestly. You know, I love Jean. I don't know if I would necessarily put him like in the top 5 favorite characters, but I mean, I do love him. He's kind of up there. Where were we on the favorite characters? I mean, Mikasa, obviously. I love Mikasa. Just love her to death. Fuck, I love how intense she gets. She was getting a little creepy, like the way they like drew her. Like, and honestly, you almost just see her eye, like just staring at Eren. You know, just like talking to him, and it's like, shit, she's creepy. It's like, God, I love how scary she can be, and I love how intense she can get, you know? I just love her. So, Mikasa, Captain Levi, Armin. I guess that's kind of the only 3 definites, so maybe I guess Jean could fit in at number 4, but I don't know. Might put in Eren, though, or maybe... okay, is it Captain Hanji or Commander? I think it's Commander. I don't remember, though. Is she a commander? Are there 2 commanders of the Scouts? Maybe there's multiple commanders of the Scouts. Maybe Erwin is like the supreme commander? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't remember her rank, but Zoe, yeah. It's like, I do really like her. Like, when it cut over to her, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Before I realized, like, oh, it's Zoe. She's about to have an orgasm because of Annie turning into Lean Jean. Also, it's Leonhardt, not Leonhardt. I mean, just from the way it was spelled, I thought it was Leonhardt, but it's Leonhardt. Which, I mean, you know, Erwin Smith, it's spelled with a W, but you pronounce it with a V, so. Anyway. But yeah, Treason, what the hell ever. I mean, they're just kind of dumb, you know, the military police, I guess they're scared, but fuck them, the military police suck. Monsters. So we did have Armin saying again, it's like, you know, in order to beat the monsters, we must become the monsters, and that is what got Eren. You know, it basically reminded him, it's like, you know, I said I'd kill them all. You know, it basically helped him get over his fear and his denial. Denial's not just a river in Utah. Eren needs to learn that. Anyway. So yeah, like, I did like that speech there. And then he did. The animation went crazy as he powered back up and transformed for the motherfucking rematch. Buffered Sea Titan. No. Eren Yeager / Buffered Sea Titan versus Annie Leonhardt / Lean Jean. Round 2. That's what we are going to next time on Attack on Titan. So yeah. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Attack on Titan videos, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure to hit the notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.